Hello, everybody. It's Barbara. Happy Thanksgiving week, and welcome to my review of Little Day Ensemble, Veronqiue Perrin. This doll represents quite possibly what might be one of the last couple of dolls that are going to come through from Integrity Toys for the year. And she was announced not terribly long before convention. So here she is. She is your standard 12-inch fashion royalty doll. Uh, there's a lot to say about her, especially in comparison to some other dolls and some other ensembles. So let's actually begin with what I think was a very nice touch, and to compare it to a Veronqiue from an earlier incarnation. We have, ladies and gentlemen, the return of the Fashion Royalty story card. If you remember, Veronqiue wore a Chanel-like suit like this many years ago in the Haute Luxe gift set. It was a much different pink Chanel suit. Not too much, not boucle like this is. I can't really remember how to describe the material, but she did come with a story card. This is indicating that this is part of the Maison Paris fashion royalty line. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot more of this line going forward. It's called Little Day Ensemble, and her little day begins mercilessly early. I'm going to read the back of the card to you. Miss Perrin, Miss Perrin, a voice chimes from the doorway. It's time for your Paris call. Veronqiue Perrin squinted at the digital clock blinking 5:05 a.m. on her nightstand. Merde, she exclaimed as she jumped up from bed and hurried towards her office. Throwing a houndstooth blazer over her cream-colored slip, Veronqiue plopped into her chair for her Paris call. Effortlessly chic and ready to make big decisions, the makeup mogul commanded her meeting like it was just another day. But it wasn't just any other day. It was Friday morning during New York Fashion Week. Veronqiue sipped her hot lemon water as a male voice interrupted another board member on the call. Have you spoken to Natalia about the upcoming shoots? We need to get them on the calendar if we're going to make the deadline for the next launch. Oh, she'll find out, Veronqiue said as she waved her hand dismissively. Miss Perrin, Glam is here, the housekeeper whispered from her office door. What do you mean she'll find out? The male voice inquired. You can't. We're done here, Veronqiue said as she shut the monitor off before the other members in the boardroom could interject. Veronqiue was immediately guided through her penthouse to her glam room. An army of stylists arrived and began brushing her long platinum blonde hair and priming her porcelain complexion. While tapping away at her phone answering emails, Veronqiue's blue eyes caught a glimpse of the coral satin finish lipstick on her vanity. What is this lipstick? She asked as she admired her reflection in the mirror. I love it. It's yours. It's W Cosmetics, a makeup artist giggled as he applied the lipstick on her lips with precision. Of course it is, Veronqiue smirked. Moments later, Veronqiue emerged from her apartment dressed in a blushed tweed suit. A giant bow on her chest fluttered as she walked past a family in the lobby. Her delicate shoes clacked melodiously on the marble floor. A little girl pointed to Vero, and her eyes beamed as she said, Look, Mommy, she's a lady boss. Veronqiue turned around and pulled off her wide-framed sunglasses and smiled. No, I'm the boss. Veronqiue winked back at the girl before stepping into the black SUV. Where to, miss? The driver asked as Veronqiue put her sunglasses back on. Bryant Park. So, unfortunately, we did not have Fashion Week in New York traditionally. It would have been at Bryant Park if it happened. But a few designers, including our own Monsieur Wu, he did something really tremendous in Soho. He was able to take this garden top and turn it into a whole jungle tropical escape as he launched his new line. So that's what Jason did for Fashion Week this year. And you could very much see Veronqiue at an event like this. I'm glad they brought the story cards for Integrity's 25th anniversary. I'll hold that in a little closer. This is their 25th anniversary logo, dating them back from 1995 to 2020. I think we started to see, so this is really IT from 1995 because Fashion Royalty came out in the early 2000s. So we haven't quite hit Fashion Royalty's 25th anniversary. So we're going to return to the lovely lady herself. There are some classic elements to Veronqiue, as we will talk about. Let me move the doll in a bit closer so I can also move the camera in a little bit closer. Let me rebalance her. Okay. Put some extra light on her face as I move the camera in to show you. As I move the camera in to show you and try not to have her in shadow. Here we go. She does in fact have blue eyes. They are the traditional blue that's not like a light blue or a really dark blue. It's a traditional blue. Her eyelashes are real. They are applied, and when I turn her to the side, we'll get a sense of how long the lashes are. Her eyeshadow is a darker pink than her suit, which is actually a lighter pink. This is a darker, almost like a rose pink. And that, of course, is matched on her cheekbones. And she does have a nice coral lipstick, or a lighter pink. So, and that same shade is matched on her fingernails, which are the new longer fashion of fingernail. She's also wearing a lovely tri-pearl stoned ring. These are the much more ornamental rings that they've been making lately, which I simply adore. J'adore. Just to balance the camera down for a moment and to scoot out. Reposition. She is wearing pink shoes that actually match the color of her Ensemble white trim. And I will now turn it and her to show you that the shoes are trimmed. I may have to lift her. This is going to be tricky because I'm going to lose the light. So hang on a second. This is me learning how to navigate the new light box. The shoes have a pearl trim at what would be the buckle, and she does have stiletto heels. And by the way, since I do have her on the side, let me lift it up. The lashes go over the bridge of her nose, so they are much longer than what we traditionally see on a Fashion Royalty face sculpt. This is, by the way, the classic Veronqiue 1.0 face sculpt, which is kind of interesting because you would think after 25 years she'd look a little bit different, and yet she does not. So I'm not entirely sure why that is the case. Let me pause here for a second as I reposition her under the light. Here we go. As you will notice, I have for once successfully been able to put the sunglasses into the hair. These are the sunglasses, of course, she was wearing that she had on and took off to speak to the young girl. If you remember, there's a scene in Crazy Rich Asians where the cousin is going through the store and she stops to speak to a little girl. That's what that part of the story and the sunglasses reminded me of. This is supposedly platinum blonde. I think it is a very nice, it's not quite platinum, but I do like it. It is for the most part soft and fully rooted. They did put some product in here at the waves to hold the waves and the tight curl at the bottom. I wish they hadn't done that, only because I love being able to brush out her hair, much like her stylists probably do. As you can see, she's also wearing a texturalized hoop earring. Again, I like this because it has some personality. It's not your traditional regular hoop earring. She is wearing a pussycat bow blouse underneath her Chanel suit, which, as we know, is checkered, light pink, blue to match her eyes, and it has also got some white in there with gold at the cuffs and at her suit jacket. There is the slightest hint on the right that she might have a pocket, which is an interesting place to put one, but it's not functioning. It is supposed to be double-breasted, given the four... oh, and there's a pocket here, too. It does close with hook and eye, the traditional fashion royalty hook and eye. Easy to open. It is a princess-themed mandarin top. Oops, you can't see that, so let me... Princess seaming on the top. The jacket, of course, is fully lined in a still lighter pink on the inside with the IT bow. Double layering of the houndstooth pattern into the lining of the jacket. And I believe that the skirt is in fact fully lined. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. The one thing when you have a jacket like this, it becomes very tricky on the one hand to find the loops, because you're never sure if you're going into the jacket suit or the loops, but that closed relatively easily. As I said, she's wearing this delightful pearl ring, which I'm going to take off and attempt to show you a little bit more closely. I'm almost tempted to use her shoe to do it. But this is the ring. And if you can see it through my stubby fingers, it's got 1, 2, 3 pearls encrusted in gold. It's a very lovely regal piece, which I will now return to her hand. This is her purse. It is obviously Chanel inspired, quilted faux quilt with, again, the gold button trim. Opens magnetically, and you can actually put stuff in here like a compact, a phone, maybe even a small planner, all the things that we've gotten in the past couple of dolls from New Face and the industry. P.S. By the way, when she's being led through her apartment and the glam squad is there, there's a makeup artist, there are other people. Care to place a wager on that being Tulabelle and Company? I'd say that's better than even money. It's going to turn out it's Tulabelle. Also, I don't want to say that I think Veronqiue's going to make a heel turn, but getting rid of, dismissing Natalia that way was kind of cold. So I don't know what's going on there. But I'm sure we're going to find out, possibly in the coming line. The other 2 accessories that come with this are, of course, her hands. She's going to have what we used to call the dialing hands, which are now, I guess, for clicking on your phone. because who dials anymore? They are also much, I want to say they're, yeah, they're kind of, I would say they're shorter nails, but one of them appears to be a little bit longer, so I don't know what's up with that. And of course, she has gloved hands that do not match her suit, but do match her eyes. Not the suit, but the eyes, which I think is quite lovely. I don't usually strip a doll during a review, but I want to point something out because I am that petty. While I'm doing this, if you will recall, once upon a time, Mattel was sending off Robert Best with several ensembles, including one that was called Best to Tea. And Best to Tea was a Chanel suit that was also supposed to be boucle. And that suit was incredibly problematic for many reasons. Not the least of which was it was just not well executed. The material was incredibly harsh. It did not feel soft. It closed with Velcro. This obviously does not. By the way, just to very quickly point this out, the body, I'm leaving her in the bodysuit. The bodysuit is also going to close, by the way, hook and eye. And also at the top, hook and eye to close the bow, hook and eye to close the bodice itself. Sorry to leave you handless, but this is to make a point. Obviously, this is closing with hook and eye. It is fully lined. The lining is soft. And this checkered boucle is so much softer. On the scale of 1 to 10, the Mattel boucle in cream and black was a 2. This is an 8.5. Best to Tease jacket, I did close, but again, it closed with Velcro. This is closing with hook and eye. The seaming. It's lined all the way through to the end of, the entire suit is lined, even the sleeves. Dear Mattel, this is how you boucle. This is how you make a suit. This is how you honor a character in an anniversary year. Not with the shit show you put out, but with something like this. Well executed, impeccably tailored, as if it were a miniature Chanel suit. Little Day Ensemble is currently shipping from everybody's dealers. She's also, I do believe she sold out initially when she went on order. So you may have to, if you're going to go for her on the secondary market, you're going to pay for that privilege, and pay you should. Pay you should. This is a beautiful Veronqiue as a blonde. It is a throwback to the Haute Luxe look, minus, of course, all the other clothes that came with that gift set. It is classic. It is chic. It is well made from every part of the ensemble to the accessories. Am I going to be this petty? Sure, why not? It is well made in every possible way. Get it. If you can find her, get her. You won't regret her. And honestly, even if you just want to get her for the pieces, just for the suit can very easily be a suit that could be worn by Poppy Parker, or by Momoko, or by East 59th Street. That's the timeless look of a Chanel suit. So this is definitely get the suit for the suit, but also just for the timeless elegance of a classic long-haired Veronqiue as a platinum blonde, you definitely want to get her. So for me and for Veronqiue, I'm Barbara, and you're going to see me in my next review, which is going to go back to doing Zuru mini balls. And I know I keep saying I'm going to keep doing miniatures, but now really I have to do the miniatures because I have no choice. There's a little bit of a holdup now again with the dolls. So I will see you in my... So this could be the last Fashion Royalty we're going to see for a while. Maybe, maybe not. But if it is, it's a nice doll to end with. Really, really is. So for me and for Veronqiue, I'm Barbara. And I will see you guys again really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.